Welcome back. So in this video lecture we'll talk about the standard deviation SD. So measure of dispersion, standard deviation. The standard deviation is the most commonly used measure of dispersion, mostly used in finance, stock markets, okay, index prices, all those things. It tells us how much the data value deviates on average from the mean. That is, we have a mean, how much you are deviating from the mean on an average. So low SD means the values are close to mean, high SD means values are far from the mean. And that means the data is widely spread. Okay. So a standard deviation means this is the mean, that is the central line. The curve is perfectly normally distributed. Now standard deviation is that how much you are deviating from the mean. So this line is there. So we have first positive deviation, second positive deviation, and third positive deviation. So this is 1 SD, 2 SD, 3 SD. And similarly, we can deviate away from the mean on the negative side also. So we have -1, that is -1 SD, -2 SD, and -3 SD. Okay. So this line gives you the perfect way that this is the represents the SD and this is the mean. So statistics that measure the dispersion of data set relative to its mean is calculated as a square root of variance, and this is actually the meaning of standard deviation, and this also gives the formula of calculating the standard deviation. So measure of standard deviation. So it is defined as rho equals to summation of xi minus x bar whole square divided by n. Okay. So what it does mean is that you have a data set, first calculate the mean. Once the means are calculated, you subtract the data mean from the data and you have -3, 1, -1, 1 and 3. Okay. So we have calculated the inside of this bracket. Then we have to actually square the difference. So no need for going absolute, taking the absolute value, because when you are squaring, the negative will turn to positive and positive will remain positive. So -3 whole square is 9, -1 whole square is 1, again 1 square is 1 and 3 square is 9. Now you sum them, you get 20, because 9 plus 1 and by 9 is 20. Now you divide it by the number of observations, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 20 divided by 4, you have 5 as variance, and if you take the under root of variance, that becomes the standard deviation. So root of variance is root 5, that is 2.24. So this is how you calculate the standard deviation. Now I am just formalizing the way. Steps to calculate the standard deviation. First step, find the mean. Second, find the difference between the data and the mean for each values. Square the difference, take out the average and take the root of the average of the squared deviations. That gives you standard deviation. Now, we should take another example. Okay. Now you see that 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 are taken. We have found the average to be 6, you can add them, divided by 5. Okay, it sums to 30. So divide by 5, you get 6. So now you take the individual differences. So 2 minus 6 whole square plus 4 minus 6 whole square plus 6 minus 6 whole square, 8 minus 6 whole square and 10 minus 6 whole square. So this is 4 square, 2 square, 0, 2 square and 4 square. So that is around 40. 40 divided by 5 is root of 8. So 8 remains inside the square root. Take the square root, it is 2.83 is the standard deviation. Thank you. That's all for this lecture.